Hi, this is Mogens Petersen, and this video is recorded in late September 2010. And as you probably know already, we have done about 10 different videos, all of them 2 or 3 minutes long. One on life insurance, one on dental, one on disability, one on business overhead, one on annuities, one on mutual funds, and so on and so forth. So if you want interest or if you want information on some of those, just let me know. This video here is more like a concept, and the other videos are 2 or 3 minutes long. This may be 5 or 6 minutes long, but I think you would like the concept. I'm trying to take like an 8-hour complicated seminar and do it in 5 or 6 minutes and simplifying it. So hopefully I will be able to get my message across. And we're dealing with savings here. We can either save qualified money, which is money we tax deduct, or we can save non-qualified money, which is money we do not tax deduct. We really have the option, most of us at least, can either put money into the IRA or the 401k. Now you know that IRS is promoting the IRA and the 401k. So you wonder, is it in their best interest or is it in our best interest? Well, let's take the example of what I would call the story of the $1 bill. Okay? Let's say you take this $1 bill and you invest it in a 401k plan. So you don't pay any taxes on it. You're tax deducting it. Let's talk about the rule of 72. The rule of 72 basically say that take interest, divide it into, or let's say you have to make 6% interest, divide that into 72, and it will tell you how many years it will take your money to double. So 6% divided into 72 is 12, so every 12 years your money will double if you get 6% interest on this $1 bill. For simplicity reasons, let's say you made 7% interest, because that means every 10 years your money will double. So in 10 years, this dollar bill will be worth $2. In 20 years, this dollar bill will be worth $4. And in 30 years, this dollar bill will be worth $8. Okay? So you start out with 1, now you have 8, that's terrific. But remember, money has no value until you spend it. Now you have this $8 bill over here. What are you going to do with it? Well, you're going to take maybe some income. You're going to live off of it. So now you're going to pay taxes. Taxes right now are the lowest they have ever been. Now, as a matter of fact, the highest tax bracket in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and even part of the 70s were well over 90%. In 1945, top tax bracket was 94% in this country. Now it's 35%. We have $13 trillion deficit. I will pretty much guarantee that taxes will go up. I honestly don't think anybody believes that taxes will go down in the future. They will have to increase substantially. So the old saying tax deduct now because you'll be in a lower tax bracket later, that's not going to work. So let's assume for a second that 30 years down the road you'll be in a 40% federal tax bracket, which is very likely because you may not have as many deductions anymore. If you don't have your business, if you paid off your house and your kids are gone, all of your deductions are gone, which means higher tax bracket. So now you're paying 40% federal and 10% state, or probably more. Let's just say it's 50%. Now, out of the $8, you only have $4 left because IRS took the other 4. What happened if you needed your money before age 60, because life happens? Then you will pay a 10% penalty to get your money. Remember, do you pay a 10% penalty on the $4? No, you pay a 10% penalty on all $8. 10% of $8 is 80 cents. So now you really only have $3.20 left over if you were in that situation out of your $8. The rest went to IRS. Now, we either alive or we are dead. It's really that simple. So alive, you're worth about $3.20 in this case, but what happens now? At death, then you have estate taxes. We don't know what estate taxes are going to be. We know that they were 55% for many, many years with a small $1 million exclusion. Personally, I think they're going to go back to 55%, probably with a higher exclusion. Let's just say they're going to be 55%. 55% of $3.20 is, I don't know, maybe $1.70. That goes to estate taxes. Now you have $1.50 left, or your kids, your heirs have $1.50 left. And before you get in that situation, make sure you take out a living trust to avoid totally unnecessary probate fees and delays. That's another important thing. Talk to us about that. But the story basically goes, $1 turns into $8. IRS takes more than half of that, and in case of death, you only have $1.50 left. So did that work out well for you? Probably not. It worked out very well for IRS, because you could have paid 20% tax right now in the lowest tax bracket. So that 20 cents that IRS gave you 30 years ago turned into $6.50 30 years later. That's about a 1 to 33 ratio. So every dollar IRS gave you, they took back $33 later. That is not a good investment for you. It's probably a good investment for them, but not for you. And the bottom line is, you should be in control of your money. Your favorite charity should not be IRS. It should be yourself and your loved ones. So let's look at the alternative, and it's very simple. We go back to the $1 bill, and you can say, I could save 20%, but I'm not going to save 20%. I'm going to invest this after taxes. So I'm going to pay 20%, and now I only have 80 cents left of this dollar. Let's use the rule of 72 again. Every 10 years, your money will double. So in 10 years, this 80 cents is worth 160. 20 years is worth, what, 320? And in 30 years, it's worth $6.40. Well, you might say that's less than $8. Well, is it really? $6.40 is all yours. No tax whatsoever. You're literally living inside a tax-free environment. So would you rather have $3.80, or would you rather have $6.40? It's exactly double. You just took control. What about in case of your death? You keep all $6.40, you probably would have more than that, but at least the $6.40 instead of the $1.50. So if 20 cents turns into $6.40 in your favor, that is a 1 to 33 return in your favor instead of in IRS's favor. So the question is, who's your favorite charity? I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.